As best man, it's always worrying to know how long the length of the speech should be, which it is really, considering what we just listened to. Now, after a bit of research, they say that you should base the speech on as long as it takes the groom to make love. So on that note, in time-honoured tradition, as best man, it is my role to ensure that Matthew has the most uncomfortable 5 minutes of his life. Just for the record, the most uncomfortable 5 minutes of Claire's life will be later on this evening in the hotel room. I'm sure you all want to know the juicy details about Matthew Daw. Sadly, due to a recent gag order, I'm only legally entitled to say what an angel he has been all his life. To confirm, the courts have said I should never mention his love for Dolly the inflatable sheep, the time he left a used sex toy on the landing, only for his mum to find it later by accident. That's true, before you ask. I most definitely shouldn't mention that he voluntarily dressed up in a nappy and a baby bonnet whilst on holiday with his family. The video is available at reception if you want to see it. And I should never ever mention that Matthew can be brought to his knees just with a simple twist of his nipples. Claire will tell you more about that one. Right, I'm just going to quickly rewind to the back to the start of Matthew's life. Despite his pensioner-like exterior, Matthew claims to be born on the 11th of April 1985. It was a very worrying day for the family as Matthew came prematurely. Now this was something he was most certainly going to carry on later in life. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Okay, how did I get to know Matthew? I've known Matthew now for 4 years after meeting him at the Tech Guys call centre in Nottingham. I came to know of Matthew after he replaced a lady called Teresa in a disciplinary meeting. Here I was, waiting for a lovely lady to help pass the time while she writes the notes. However, Matthew walks in. Dinner down his top, this isn't a lie, shirt hanging out, flies undone. He's done that for most of today, so he's carried it on. After initially thinking about calling security, we got talking and a wonderful friendship was born. We'd often spend a lot of time together at the Tech Guys. In between Matthew trying to stroke my leg and nibbling my ear, he'd often talk about a wonderful lady he'd just met. Not believing him, I asked for a photo. Matthew took out his wallet, dusted it down, removed the security seals, deactivated the alarm, and as the wallet creaked open, he pulled out a picture of Claire. Now my first impressions were, wow, ding dong. Not quite like that, but she's read the speech, don't worry. Then after a few moments, now go on, admit it, I'm sure you all think the same, what the hell is she doing with him? Is her name Ting Tong? Does she need a visa? Or does she have a hairy crack and back fetish? Now, as a result of our time together at the Tech Guys, I'll always consider Matthew as a father figure. Now, I have to say father figure, as when we stand side by side, he looks old enough to be my dad. Now, I think this would be a great time to talk about Matthew's ex-girlfriends. Oh dear. I was going to contact a few today and get a few to come along and embarrass Matthew. Sadly, however, foot and mouth and BSE wipe most of them out, with the remaining few then put down for constant howling and pooing on the carpet. Gentlemen, as I'm sure you'll agree, the bride indeed